And it's a very warm welcome to the Argentinian region of Mendoza. And look at those Andes looming in the background, ready for us to call into and enjoy. Oh, and I'm hearing myself back at full level. Where's that coming from? Oh, I think it's because I have got something running here in the background that I was not supposed to have running. There we go. So I don't need to hear myself, at least I know that I'm working though. So hello everyone, let's have a look around here and see who is in the small general aviation field, the sort of the glider hotspot it looks like, of La Puntilla in the outskirts, the southern outskirts of Mendoza, and we'll just go and have a little look around here and send our greetings to Sev M, Kim DK, Airwolf, Mr. Flandor. Now Mr. Flandor, I am going to have to please ask your forgiveness for my poor Argentinian Spanish pronunciation today, so if you can possibly tolerate that, I'll be grateful to you. And who else we got here? Pup Guy, Bunkfoss, did I miss Gary S? Hello to you too. Komanka, hello. A Hunter G in your Chinook today, excellent. Rough landing too in an H125, good choice in these high altitude conditions we're going into. Chris Loire, Helicopter 5432, Geopilot World, excellent. One of my favourites, looking forward to all of your excellent geological input today. I suppose an interesting part of the world we're going into. Speedy Pro, hello to you. Charlie Para, Murray JC, Rirestorm, Ritzkio. Don't think I've seen you in a stream before, so hello to you. Steve Rings, hello again. Shiny Sophia in your Huey. We'll see how that goes in the high altitude. Hopefully you'll be alright there. Bart too, hello to you. Night Fury, regular. Good to have you along. Rycap. GD, it looks like you've just come in there as well. Tautic, did I say hello to you in your MH60? There you go. Hi. What a great bunch of people. You are welcome along to the stream as you always are. There is the city of Mendoza just to the north, and the Andes foothills just to the west over there. That's what we're flying into. That's what we're flying into right over there. So let's get a couple of things set up here, and hello to you over there. So I've got all the cameras working. Small innovation today, I've got an improved overhead camera, so I'm very pleased with myself for getting that one sorted out at last. Good stuff. All right, well, 29 degrees and rather a strong northeasterly coming in, so a little bit stronger than what I anticipated. 10 knots, 11 knots. Could be worse. So we'll make do with that and make sure we're pointing into the wind when we lift off there. We'll make it a bit easier. Might just adjust that backlight in there. Which just involves closing the blinds slightly. Alright, so let's see what we can do about getting my excellent Taugs Hanger Llama started up. I'm also debuting today the 5080. Oh, you're very close there, Speedy Pro. Nice livery though, that wasp livery in your llama. Glad to see someone else has brought one along too. And yes, there's mine. I found an Argentinian Air Force llama. I believe these are still in use. Oh, that's a terrible slowdown. Let's hope that's not going to be a feature of the stream. So yes, there we go. And it's rather bright orange colour scheme. If anyone else has got the llama in the stream, they will hopefully see my very bright livery there. Good, so let's get ourselves started up, and I better not waste too much time. Well, what's our load? Now, we're going very high altitude today, people, so we're going up to at least 17,000 feet. So I might just have a quick look in here, mass and balance. I'll just get someone else in the front seat there with me. We'll just make that 91 and load, and no model, but the weight's gone in there. I think it went in there. Good. Okay, we'll put a little bit of cargo in. Oh, is that going to change the... Yeah, okay, so that's good, I think. Well, I've got a full load of fuel. What external devices do... Oh, we've got... Oh, okay, all right. What? I don't know quite what this moving about is all about here on the apron. It's just sort of jumping up and down a little bit, my llama. And why can't I get the... There it is. No, come on, there you go. So, sling load not required. Roof cover definitely required. Glare shield, I'll have that please. That just puts that on, that's nice. Winch side baskets. Oh, I'll have some side baskets, there we go. Side boxes, no. Antennas, spray kit. Sling, mirrors. Skis, wheels, not required. Sling loads, engine covers, searchlight camera. Okay, I think that's fine. Stop VRS effect. I'll just try and fly properly. See how I go. And that's what the llama now looks like. Oh dear, a bit of a slowdown there. I'm relying on auto FPS. Oh, the glare shield really actually blocks that out, doesn't it? Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I don't want that. Yeah, so the 5080 has less VRAM than what I had in the 7900. So, but it does have much sort of better rendering performance, but it has kind of worse VRAM performance. What a world we're in now with this situation with the graphics cards. What are you supposed to do? I can't afford like 5,000 Australian dollars or more, 6,000 for a 5090. That's a lot of money. So I'm not getting one of those because I can't. So I have to make do with this, and it is an improvement over the 7900, but I do have to be very careful with the VRAM. We'll find out what it's like on the group flight today. Time to get things started, as they say on the Muppet Show. Oh, yes, I need the computer. I need to work that out. So what is the outside air temperature? Wow, this is really tough going with the VRAM. So 30 degrees is the exterior temperature, and the pressure altitude is 3100. So I need those two values in here. 30 degrees is this here, so I need to get that round to... I need to line that up with that there, about 3130 degrees. I think that's correct. And so with that value then, we can work out what this is pointing to, which is... Why is that moving around like that? It looks like 6,000, so does that mean I put this on... Oh, that's just moved now. Oh, okay, so at best cruising altitude, it looks like it's going to be 7,000 on there, which is kind of where that is right now. So I don't need to move the heading, the pitch computer reminder bug, that's correct. And we're also limited in max weight then with that there. So, is that correct? I hope I'm reading that correctly. It's a very complicated device, this, despite being quite simple in appearance. So I think that means my max weight in these conditions is limited to 2050 kilos, which I'm under. That's good. And I think that's the maximum pitch I'm allowed to pull there. And I think that's all going to work. All right. Oof. All right, let's get this thing started up. So, and hope that these slowdowns are not going to affect me too badly. So, flight planner. No, what do I want? I'm in the wrong place. So, I want flight performance checklist, pre-flight. So, doors are closed. The master battery is going to come on in just one moment. Where's my overhead panel? I don't have an overhead panel shortcut going there. That's not very good. Battery comes on. Maybe I will just quickly set this to 3 on here. So 1, 2, and 3. That's better. Okay, so, and battery's on. Avionics master can come on, and that's on. And those are all fine. Okay. Yes, this performance is not great. This is not great, so I might have to just see how I go here. And I've forgotten where the avionics master switch is. The avionics master switch in the Llama. I didn't actually practice this before, but I'll just find that at some point. That's how you do it. That's what a real pilot would do. Cabin lights are fine. I'll just turn those on a little bit up there. Yeah, that's fine. A little bit of a red backlight there, like that. Instrument lights is fine. Altimeter, now I can calibrate it with the comma key. This cheat. Beacon lights can now come on. Position lights are off there. Pitot heat, will that be required? No, not yet. Instrument, emergency flex blower, generator, external lights, position lights. Anti-cols, that's what I wanted. Before starting engine, so we want to go. That's our fuel control lever there, we'll need that. The collective is fully down. I've got pedals, I've got cyclic. That's all looking just great. Where is the flight plan? Someone has asked on the text chat. It is in the stream description. So, yeah, just big owls. Just wait for the bottom to fall out of the AI bubble, then we can get GPUs with less price gouging, I hope so. Yes, welcome to Delta Oscar Papa. So that is the ICAO code for La Puntilla, which is where we are on the outskirts of Mendoza. Okay, collective is fully down. The fuel valve is over here. That is open when it's forwards. Fuel quantity is verified. The rotor brake is in and therefore unlocked. Before starting engine, ensure area is clear. Yeah. Signal engine start. Clear. And we can now get this going down here. And it's reasonably simple to start up the llama. We just, it's not quite as simple as the H125, but all I need to do, I need to get the booster pump on for 30 seconds. That's what I should have done. It's not on the checklist there. And we'll just start that there. And so we count up on the timer there. So 30 seconds for the fuel system to pressurise, and then we will be good to go. So the avionics are on, so I'm fine. And the generator, I believe, can come on before we actually start up. What's this one? Don't know. All right, so landing light is up here. Let's check that I've got control there. No, that's not that switch. It's that one. There we go. That's good. Veto. Not required yet. Okay, so yeah, very warm in Mendoza today. And so I think we can start now. Up you come. There it comes. Oh, it's nice to be flying the llama again. Tower Tech, nice landing there on top of the hangar. So the llama interior sounds quite low in level, and the exterior is quite high, the way that Tower's hangar has done it. And so there's our volts coming to life there from the generator. That's good. That can reset, thank you. And again, I don't know why we're moving around on the ground. Okay, so now I can start to introduce fuel with the lever down here, which you will see coming forwards, and the rotor will start to move. There we go, good stuff, good llama. And so the idea here is not to over torque it, so you just let that slowly come forward. Now we're coming to life here on our meters. And so we need to take off to the north, obviously, and then we'll be proceeding. Let me just bring up the tablet here. So the city of Mendoza is just to our north. And there is the main international airport in Mendoza here, which I'm just circling on the map. So we'll take off to the north. And what is the weather briefing telling us for this station today? DOP, La Puntilla. More info, please. So weather, oh yeah, it's the international airport there. So 10 knots directly from the north, broken clouds at 4,500, which we will probably be getting ourselves into a little bit. QNH 1011, okay, and 33 degrees, warm day in Mendoza. Yes, the land of great wine, says Flandor. I have a little question for you about the wine. And so let's just get this ready here. Back down to the bottom. Okay, so start to just ease that fuel control further forward. I think I was supposed to stabilise it at 1650, but we're already past that. So I just keep advancing here until I get these needles synced up and in the green over here. And then monitor my pitch carefully, so as not to over torque or over, so the llama is gearbox limited. That's why I'm concerned about that. I want to break the gearbox. Okay, well it looks like we've done it, so I'll just take that lever fully forwards. We're synced up here at the green. We're in the green down here as well. We've got volts coming out of the generator, that's good. And I think we're all good to go down here. So let's get that landing light on. And let's get ourselves moving. What's this performance going to be like? Rudy Zarzov, hello to you. Good to see you. And Geo Pilot Worlds, you've got yourself moving there with the Bell 222. I will follow you. So, wow, this is going to be possibly hard going. So I'll have to figure out some solution to this. So I'm lifting collective and keeping my eyes forward and out the machine. And there's the old Taugs hangar downwash effect, and I've got very poor frame rate right now. It's going to make the things interesting going today. Oh dear, it's very hard to fly properly like this. Yeah, not the only one. So never quite know whether it's the scenery that contributes to this, or whether I just need to turn down the model detail. Alright, so let's just... I might have to just overtake you there, GeoPilot World, so don't lift off now. And I'll just come here. I'll get myself pointing north. And people can line up behind if you'd like. And we'll get ourselves heading up to the north. And we'll do probably just do a right turn. No, let's do a left turn. We'll do a left turn off the runway heading. Oh dear, very hard to fly properly with a performance like this. Let's just settle down here. Clunk, oh dear. Yeah, it's hard to do a smooth landing when it's like that. Alright, so just making sure I'm up to date with the chat there. Yeah, La Puntilla. I think that's how you'd say it in Argentina. Sorry if YouTube just glitched out there for a little bit with the connectivity. I think it should be coming right in just a moment, so if you can just be patient with that, that'd be great. And I'll just hop outside and we'll see. Oh yeah, nice hover there. Oh dear. Oh, I like that Chinook livery. Yeah, I'm going to have to try a different approach, aren't I, with this performance situation. Alright, lots of llamas. Good work, people. Good work. Love to see that. Alright, well, I'm going to have to get moving because this frame rate situation is too annoying. So we're going to hold a little bit of right cyclic in there and start to lift the collective and hopefully get myself into a stable hover, which is very hard with this frame rate that I'm getting right now. So let's just get ourselves moving as we proceed into the Andes. So we're just basically going to be following the Mendoza River into the Andes. There we go. That's moving along okay now. I think the frame rate, I hope, is coming back. So, whoa, the helicopter just spawned in there. So that's about all the pitch I can pull. A little bit more up my sleeve there. That's about my maximum pitch now that I'm pulling. 50 knots. And I'm just going to start that left turn now so that we can enjoy the Andes here. There's a power line running along the main road there. And welcome to the foothills of the Andes. Yeah, and sure enough, the frames are just nice for me now, so that's a relief. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. 80 knots on, and I'll just let it start to climb up a bit now. I'll just start to use a bit of down trim on the cyclic. Just get the thing nicely balanced up. Quite a bit more required. Might just use a little bit of the force trim, so-called force trim there. And I think we're mostly nicely trimmed out now. A slight roll to the right. So I've got a never exceed speed in the Llama of 113 knots. So it's not going to be the fastest flight today, but we have, as the Condor flies, only sort of 140 50 kilometres or something to over to Santiago. I never sort of quite appreciated how close the two cities are, Mendoza and Santiago. Although there's just the Andes, the small matter of the Andes being in between, so it's a bit more of a journey than one might imagine. Luckily, we're equipped with these excellent helicopters today. Right. So, I possibly have lost a few viewers because of the connectivity, and I'm not quite sure... Oh, has the stream just crashed? People are asking. Interesting. So, as far as I can tell... it's not looking that great from my OBS. I'll just see what I can do about improving my output here. My sort of connectivity is normally not too bad, so I'm not quite sure why it's troubled today. Sorry, Cooker D, if you've experienced a crashed stream there and 41 concurrent viewers. Oh dear. So let's just keep an eye on that frame situation here. I'll just get myself pointed over to where we need to go. We're just going to head south and try and meet up with the Mendoza River and enjoy those foothills of the Andes. Off at our 1 o'clock now. Wonderful. Fantastic visibility in the llama is absolutely the case. So it's relaying what people are saying in the stream chat. I've got, the Discord chat. I've managed to get it so that I can selectively turn on the Discord voice chat. So we'll do that at some point. There we go. That's looking good. So we just follow the river for quite some time. The visibility is excellent in the llama. We've got this beautiful glass house cockpit. Looks pretty utilitarian from the outside, but from the inside you get an excellent view. You really do in the llama. 3 seats in the back of the llama, yeah. So, wouldn't say the most comfortable looking seats that you might want to be squished into for a few hours, but yeah, good functionality there. And you can even look backwards. One of those extremely rare helicopters in which you can enjoy the view backwards as well. If anything breaks. Alright, so I've got quite a few people just commenting about the performance of the stream, so I'm just going to have to both simultaneously fly and do a little bit of troubleshooting on that. There's certainly nothing wrong with the CPU. It's sort of the GPU that I'm a little bit more concerned about at the moment. 5080, and it's maybe not quite doing what I need it to do. Yeah, the stream's very poor performance on there. So I need to have a bit of an analysis here. Alright, well the news from Let's Fly Central is that nothing is using my network except for OBS, so that's a little bit puzzling, which is the streaming software. So I can't quite explain why the network performance is not great today. All I can sort of do at the moment is just hope that it comes right, because I mean normally my network performance is just fine, so it's a little bit puzzling today. Sorry about that. So slightly better for some people there apparently, that's good. Oh, these these formations here. So we're going to overfly a reservoir now. We're just going to take a right turn obviously to follow the river there, and we'll enjoy what the scenery is like. There's a reservoir in here. The dam is itself not modelled, which is a bit of a pity. It'd be a bit better if it was, obviously. And let's take a gentle turn into here. Gary Moore speculating it could be the Southeast Asia server. You can't see anyone, nothing has changed on my system, oh dear. So it's actually OBS itself that's telling me that it's not getting great network performance. So it's possible that it's a internet connectivity at my end. Frozen again, yeah, oh dear. Well, it's now saying it's in the green for me, so whatever it was from my end might possibly have passed. I'm just going to look at that scenery down there and just maybe think that perhaps that terrain is not quite mapped onto the satellite imagery. Just as this the scenery that we're flying over right now, those buildings look like they're hanging on to the side of a hill. So part of this terrain mesh here is not quite right, I'd speculate. Just very gentle on the controls here. I've just exceeded my... Never exceed. So Big Al, I did not come from a XTX, I came from an XT. And I've tried a few different tools to cut down on the VRAM use. The slightly awkward dam, not actually modelled, but it still looks good. I just wonder how these, wonder what's happened to this terrain here, how it doesn't seem to quite match the satellite imagery. Well, again, it looks like the stream performance, as far as I can tell, the network performance now seems better. So if anyone could possibly just report back on that, I'd appreciate it. As the Andes loom large ahead, and there's a little bit of cloud about, which I like actually. That's going to make it a bit more fun. Muskal Atoll, hello to you. I don't think I've seen you on a stream before. What have you got there? Something yellow, possibly an MH60, I think. Way better, Sophia. Thank you. All right, I'll just dare to maybe look outside now. There we go. All right, I feel like I'm part of something again now. Sorry about that, people. That was a little bit concerning, wasn't it? I've left the landing light on. Oh, well. Convene. Hello to you and your 500C. That was good. I like it with the orange. Is that the prototype livery? Oh boy. Yes, my simulator performance is not very good today, which is a pity. I might have to maybe limit the number of exterior views I take. Dear oh dear. Yeah, well, it is something at my end. It is something at my end, and apparently I'm only getting 21 frames a second right now out of MSFS, which is disappointing. Just try and get back over and follow the Mendoza River. Wow, these hills are getting dramatic, aren't they? These ranges, the sub-ranges. Just trying to get the trim exactly right on the llama. Oh, the Andes. I only sort of put this in yesterday, this route. Just invented something that seemed to suit the weather that was given to us by the weather gods. So we were thinking of getting up to Papua New Guinea. It was a little bit rough, the weather. A few thunderstorms about. I haven't checked it again today because I've just been focused on this one, obviously. So I might just have to pop into my settings, and I'll take back probably take back the. So someone just had a huge sneeze on the Discord chat, which is one reason why I have finally figured out to have it so that it goes. The audio from the Discord chat goes on selectively now. It doesn't always go to the stream. Oh dear. Wow, that is steep cliff faces there. Right, so as soon as I get a bit of a longer stretch here, I'm going to have to do some work in my settings. Alright, so that's going to be a pause from me just whilst I try and reduce some stuff. Oh dear. So much fun. So why is all this on ultra? Oh, because auto FPS has done it to me. Oh dear. That's going to have to stop there. Goodbye. And I'm just going to have to go down to a lower rendering quality. I'm just going to go low end for a while and to see how that goes. Guess what? It still looks fine. Rather dramatic move. So it looks like we're just looks like we've possibly just turned the corner on the performance here, but though it hasn't helped my stream performance, so I don't know quite why I'm dropping frames again. All happening today. So much fun having a few little tech issues whilst you're also trying to fly and provide a little bit of guidance for a stream experience. Dear me. It sometimes happens, doesn't it? It sometimes happens where things don't quite go your way. Well, I've got frames now. I can actually fly the helicopter, so that's a welcome relief. I'd like to maybe bump up the settings, the graphic settings, one more notch if I possibly can. So we've made our way from 3,000 up to 5,000 feet already, and we are going to be doing some significant climbing from here, believe me. So Uspallata is our first town that we come to. Yes, and you're doing right there, turning left, people. That is correct. I can afford to put a little bit more pitch in there. Okay. Yeah, I've got sort of, it's showing a green stream again, so that's something. I'm not sure if that was related to the graphics performance or something completely different. Looks like I need to be doing a bit of work with auto FPS to maybe try and keep it at a much lower sort of ceiling so that it doesn't push the settings through the roof and then cause the problems that apparently it was causing. Yeah, you want to sort of, I don't know what the solution is, but rather than trying to push stuff to ultra and then, you know, stopping anything from working, I'd be quite happy for it to be medium and working smoothly. So I might just pop back into the settings just for one moment and just see if I can go up to medium, confirm, and we'll see how that goes. Still looks okay. Sort of catch up a bit with a bit of cheat there. Just go through at warp speed. There we go, almost up with the main bunch again. I'm wondering if mine is running better without auto FPS. It was running with better for a while, but it's... was that a cactus? Did we just fly past are there cactuses down here in the Mendoza Valley? In MSFS 2024 there are. Looks like a saguaro cactus. It's not what I expected, but I'm glad it's providing a bit of enjoyment there for chat as well. Yeah, it's coming and going a bit, isn't it? I can't quite explain that. So I've shut stuff off. I've shut everything I can off at my end, I think. As far as I can tell, the only thing using my network right now is OBS. So I don't have the fastest... Oh yeah, I've got no heading. DJ, well spotted DJ. Let's get that in here. Oh, gyro. Oh, that's maybe there it is. There we go. I've just been doing it completely visually. And the checklist is, as it's been implemented in 2024 so far, is I'm just going to say a little bit incomplete to Aconcagua. Maybe we could come back and have a look at the llama and get that little bit more conforming with what we might like in terms of things like the checklist working nicely. Is anyone else a little bit suspicious about this terrain mesh? It seems a little bit low resolution here. So it's not just me. A few people are confirming on chat that that's not looking right. Cacti. Yes, Jojo, thank you. Yes, well, good reason to maybe implement some changes here for Asobo. It's a beautiful part of the world, spectacular part of the world. I speculate that it's going to get a bit better once we get up into the sort of the main pass, east-west. Okay, DJ, you're at SASWR. Let me just with all the woes I've been having today, DJ, I'm a little bit behind helping people out. So, okay, so we should be south of you right now. So you might just want to come south and just get to the river because we are going to be taking a left turn. Now, did I actually promise we were going to overfly Sarsi? Yeah, we better do that. Actually, so disregard DJ, we'll come up to meet you at Sarsi. So we're going to therefore depart from the river slightly. So we'll be taking a quick look at the Uspallata River. So we'll be taking a right turn when we get up there so that we can just do what I promised we would do and overfly that helipad there. How are we going with the other llamas? Are they keeping up with me, or am I just at the back of the... There's a few llamas behind me. Oh, a huge bunch of pilots today to witness a few struggles with the networking and my frame rate. So thank you for flying, people, and amusing yourselves there while I've not been able to provide my usual high level of service as a host. So how's it looking now? Seems that the stream's sort of back to reasonable health. Can't explain it, people. I cannot explain that. Do I need to pay for like a better internet connection as well on top of everything else? I've spent nearly $5,000 on this computer in the last few weeks. My God, it's quite something. Oh dear, I'm chuckling, but also glad that that didn't go on the stream. So we look further north and we'll pass over the town of Uspallata. And what are we at now? We're at 6,400 feet. So we'll just stay on the road here, people, and make sure that we can meet up with DJ. And so what would you call this? It's kind of like a sort of a highland kind of plain, isn't it? Sort of, I suppose it's a valley actually, but it's got a very flat and wide floor, this valley. Hello, Potato Pilot. Well, what you have missed is a few technical issues at my end, but I think we might possibly be just about good to go now. So we'll get ourselves up to Sierra Alpha Sierra India 4, SASI as I've been calling it. That's just a helipad at Uspallata. Then we can get back on the Mendoza and enjoy the scenery as we head further west and eventually get ourselves into Chile over there. Alluvial valley fill. There you go. That was basically my cue to GeoPilot to help us out. So I'm guessing, yeah, it's just filled up with sediment from the river. Wow! Just the thought of it. This broad, wide open plain here. Just deposited over time by the river and the rivers, I suppose. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, GeoPilot. So I'm not sure. Oh, DJ, there we go, down below. Good to see you. Glad we made contact on here. All right, so with that done, I think, well, we'll just go and going to be basically doing we won't do a 180. We'll turn left 90 degrees or about 110 degrees, just when I reach the outskirts of the town here. So Kim DK, FHPRA, DJ, Tautic, Ritskio, Pump Guy, Rough Landing, and everyone else really. We're about to commence a left turn to get back onto the Mendoza. This is the Uspallata. Wow, what a spectacular scene. Yep, follow overspeed, people. So turning left, hello Nitrous DM. I can see you down there. Hello, there we go. That's the first time I saw you on the screen there, so try to greet everyone. What about these, look like sort of dunes flowing down, DJ? Sorry, GeoPilot. They're the same appearance as dunes, I say, getting over to this main road, going up into the Andes. Fans from the side glacial valleys. That's Pleistocene. So I always have to remember how many million years ago that was, because I'm hopeless at remembering numbers like that. Oh, this must be frustrating for people in the fast machines at how slow I'm going in this llama. Sorry. How are we going down here? So I'm just pulling maybe a little bit more pitch than what I'm allowed to, but I'm just being careful with that. Well, hang on, I'm at a higher altitude now, right? So maybe, does that mean I'm allowed to pull more pitch? It depends what the chart says, that's right. So I've got the computer here on my console, but that's, I suppose that's just for your takeoff or your low altitude work. So if I were just to speculate by rolling that around a bit more. Yeah, well there's my maximum down there. I'm just going to pull a bit more, pull a little bit more pitch and see how we go. I'll know if I break the helicopter, won't I? Pleistocene 3 million years to 120,000. Oh, so very recent. Am I right? That's very recent, right? Yeah. Oh, cool. Look at that. The scenery is just slightly better if you're higher, isn't it? 7,400 feet. We're going to be climbing a bit more from here. So I've got 90 on now, and is that going to stabilise the area? I'll see if I can just pull it a little, just get myself up to 100. It'll be slightly less annoying for people on the faster machines. Harvard Nygard. Harvard Nygard? Sorry if I'm doing a terrible job on your name. Do you think the Sikorsky S92 or the Leonardo AW101 will come to MSFS 2024? The Leonardo's an interesting one, isn't it? Because am I right in thinking that they are a little more reluctant over the licensing, that company? And we've seen very few Leonardo or Augusta Westland add-ons in the simulators, although I do know that there's a 101 in X-Plane, which I've heard is very good. So if anyone's having plans to make one of those in MSFS 2024, I've not heard of it. Everyone's kind of starting off their development journey in the new simulator, still calling it the new simulator, with more simple aircraft. Like you notice that Taug's Hangar started their 2024 journey with the 500C, a helicopter with, you know, less complicated systems. Oh, this looks amazing. God, it's wild up here, isn't it? That's really, the colours are really quite beautiful. When we're a bit higher up and we don't notice the the resolution of the terrain so much. Looks like these hills are a bit round and smooth though, don't they? The S92, I would think, might be a slightly higher chance of that. I stress that I have no inside information and I'm not withholding anything. I mean, if Cowan Simulations can do an S76, then maybe they could do an S92. I suppose it's a little bit more modern up front. Did the earlier S92s have a little bit more of a... less of a glass cockpit? I'm not sure. Yeah, Jace likes an analog cockpit. I mean, I do as well. It's sort of nicer in the sim. They're a little bit easier to read, generally, I think. There's a lot of traffic on that road down below, as it's simulated in MSFS 2024. There's people driving to Chile, I guess. There's a tunnel at the border, I believe. Actually, I'm now not quite sure if that's exactly on the border, but there is a tunnel on, near the border. Oh, so good. And look, that cloud was hanging around Mendoza, but it's not too bad up here, so we're doing fine there. And did I just hit some new weather there? Because I just had a bit of a bump. Yeah, Geopilot, you would need oxygen if you're getting that high up. Or more higher than that. So that H125 pilot who took that machine up to Everest didn't actually really land. It counted as a landing because the skids stayed stationary at the top of the mountain. I mean, obviously you're going to need oxygen for that. Big out. Sorry, you can try what on the simulator, person? Oh, Turco was asking, have I tried it? Yes, I have. Of course I've tried. Of course I've tried. Has everyone tried taking an H125 up to the top of Everest from Lukla? That's a great activity. It doesn't quite work though, so I don't think you can lighten. You can't quite lighten the machine enough to get that to work. There's a lot of hard work, and yeah, it doesn't work that well. Alright, so everything's settled down, I think. The stream seems to actually be working now. I'm very sorry for those disturbances earlier on. I don't know what that was all about. Here's the road sort of falling off the side of that hill. I mean, the river does look absolutely stunning from this height. So, more geological wisdom from our in-flight geologist. Red, yellow and white rocks we're passing over now are a sign of alteration by hot hydrothermal fluids. Minerals. Yeah. Yeah, Jay Foot, agreed. It's calling out, isn't it, for the world update in here. Although you know that they can sneak in the terrain mesh at any time, which is what's happened in New Zealand. They've just slowly been, as the LiDAR and other data sources become available, it just seems to just get integrated into the streaming in the simulator. So that's what seems to have happened in New Zealand. I remember Kaimanawa Sai was talking about how he would only know when it was added in the simulator when it didn't match his manually generated scenery anymore. So he'd put a scenery object on, the next time he'd go back and look, it didn't fit anymore because they'd quietly introduced some new higher resolution mesh, which is cool. That it doesn't require people to have to download those enormous world updates. It can just stream in, which is just a great use of the technology, I feel. Have I noticed the trees disappearing in this valley? Yeah. Is that what you asked? Take off? Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so Takeout is reporting that a bunch of the trees had disappeared in Yosemite Valley from Clifford's add-on there. DJ, yes, I am exceeding. I'm just going to lower that. I tried to pull a little bit more collective earlier on, DJ, just to try and get people to catch up with me. Oh, there's... oh, dear. Now I'm getting... You made the bell go off, Matthew. All right, let's just fix that up. So I'll just revise my collective pitch situation here. I think the performance has actually suddenly let through the roof. It seemed to leap up more than just me lifting a little bit more collective pitch. So I'm going to try and aim for 110 knots. I'm going to try to aim for 110. Of course, now everyone's flying past it because they probably floored it when they saw me taking off there. Whoops, sorry. I'll aim for 110. I'm just only doing this with the trim in the helicopter, so it's never going to be perfect. And I can see I'm losing a bit of altitude there as well, so I'll just need to keep an eye on that. There we go. A bit more collective pitch. Just trying to balance it off there with the trim. Excellent. So I've lost a bit more speed now. So I was going to aim for 110. Did we just go through a strange weather patch where the performance of the helicopter changed a bit there? Just okay. Now I'm gathering speed again. Maybe it's just bad piloting. Yeah, updrafts and downdrafts would definitely explain it. Yeah, so I'm just going to have a quick look in Windy and see what the ground wind speed might be. Actually, I can look at my own stream data, can't I? So the sim is telling the stream data here that we're getting 15 knots at 205, which is a little bit off to our left. So that would seem to suggest that we could get some downdrafts coming off from our left and some updrafts going up from our right. Maybe we should be smart and go and hang on the right side of the valley. What do you reckon? All right, let's go and hang on the right side of the valley. So there's 110, as I promised, although it's probably just going to start shooting up higher again now. So even though the scenery is a bit basic and a bit round, it still gives us enough to make it interesting with the updrafts and downdrafts. There we go. Who's back here? Probably the other lavas, I suspect. Oh yeah, Convene still keeping up with your Cayuse or your 500C. The ceiling I see for that is 20,000 feet, which seems awfully high. Would you want to sit in a Cayuse that was, or 500C that was going up to 20,000 feet? Yes. So you're not going to be doing hover out of ground effect at that kind of height. So, we should probably just set down at, what did I actually write in the stream? At Helipuerto Holcones Parque Aconcagua. I'm so sorry for my pronunciation. And we'll just let people just check their fuel. Fuel consumption in MSFS 2024 does seem much higher than it used to be. So we'll get into It's the town of Puente del Inca, which is where some interesting coloured rocks are to be found. See how well they're represented in MSFS 2024. As Geopilot was telling us, it's a sign of alteration by hot hydrothermal fluids. Very grateful for your input. So we're not taking a right there onto that river, which would actually get us up to almost at Aconcagua. What can anyone tell me about the Aconcagua Massif? No takers on the voice chat. So Sophia, J Crow, and EXD Felix come this way. So you... Oh! That's one way of doing it. Did you, J Crow, just do a half loop to come back in? That's how ore bodies... Oh, sorry. That's how ore bodies form, I guess is what Geopilot's saying there. $9,000 feet. It's already climbed up. It's going to be a real steep descent getting down into the central valley of Chile. Hello, 44 concurrent viewers. Thanks for sticking with us as we had a few issues just with the stream quality before, the networking speed. Don't know what that was about, really don't. Yeah, so we were talking about some more complex machines coming into the simulator. We don't know yet, but we do, as Big Al was trying to say there, we do have the Dauphin coming from Taug's hangar, or the MH65 if you prefer. Coast Guard variant for the United States. And they're working on a Sea King as well, although Miltech seems to be working on a Sea King also. Who noticed that? So in their live stream recently, where they discussed the BO 105 collaboration with Project Stratosphere, sorry I've just lost a bit of speed there, they hinted at a partnership with, I'm sorry people in the UK, a museum or a society that I've now forgotten the name of, and they seem to show... seem to be suggesting that they would be making the aircraft you are seeking. Get it? So I suspect that Miltech also seem to be working on a Sea King. Would that mean that they're working on the Westland version? Does that have markedly different avionics from the... Oh, I've got a huge downdraft, so bad that I'm going to have to try and get off that slope. Wow. So, okay, so, wow, that is... that was alarming. So, what is the data bar telling us about the wind now? It's still 20 knots, yeah, from the west. I would have thought I'd be in updraft territory over there, so I can't quite explain that. Oh, so, hey, you know how I was saying that all those people were going the wrong way? I was going the wrong way. So we need to do a right... I'm so sorry. So we need to... I'm doing really well today. I'm going to do 180 right now, and we'll... Or shall we just go overland? Yeah, we're going to have to climb up. Oh, God. So that would explain why that was a downdraft, because we're not heading west anymore. Bad flying. Bad flying. Alright, so I'm just going to try and climb up over this, and we'll go the direct route to try and get us into Puente del Inca, seeing as I've messed this up so badly. That's one of my worst navigation fails. Yeah, I think that is my worst navigation fail. I'm usually pretty good with this. Okay, it's not going to get up here, so I'm just going to have to do a 180 and go back up the valley. Alright, 180, here we go. Follow me. Oh dear. And apologies to the people. Yeah, we can take that valley off to the left as well. And apologies to the people who I criticised for going the wrong way. There were a couple of different rivers coming in there. I know. Oh dear. There were. Let me see here. How can I rescue this? Yeah, we're finally getting up into snow, although it is summer. Okay, so we'll take this valley to the left, and so we don't have to retrace all of our steps. And we'll take one of those little valleys off to the right coming up. Wow, this is steep, 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 this stuff. Wow, awesome. Sky Mega's going the right way. Oh dear, oh dear. So this river doesn't have a name in Navigraph. So that's why I was getting a downdraft, because I was going the wrong way. Yes, so we're going to have to just monitor it pretty carefully here. So we're going to be taking a right, and we're going to be possibly getting up to as much as 13,000 feet up there. We're at 9,000 now. So I suggest we start climbing now. So we're going to need to possibly get up to as much as 13,000 feet, and that'll actually give us quite a nice view of Aconcagua, I believe. So no takers on the significance of the Aconcagua Massif. Last chance. Last call for you to tell me, impress me with your pub quiz general knowledge. I do believe it is the tallest peak in the southern hemisphere. Okay, I've got 1,000 feet a minute climbing up now, and I'm maybe going to avoid a possible downdraft there, and we'll hug the face on the other side. So I will be losing speed now, people, and that's because I need to climb. There we go, this is going to work. Okay, so the Aconcagua mountain, thank you GeoPilot, was created by the subduction of the Nazca plate beneath the South American plate. Aconcagua used to be an active stratovolcano. Did it? So there is that very tall volcano to the south of Mendoza, or southwest I suppose, and I've just forgotten the name of that. Tupan something? So Aconcagua used to be an active volcano, but we don't. Can we call it an extinct volcano, GeoPilot, or is that incorrect? So Aconcagua is it an inactive volcano or an extinct volcano? Alright, so I'm using the updraft to my advantage here, and I've got the llama climbing nicely up here. So we're going to need to get over to the right. Wow, what a stunning valley, actually. Once you're high enough to not notice the low resolution. Say that again, Jace. That would be the downdrafts. So you can use the faces to your advantage here. That's what I'm doing by hanging over on the right. And so yes, it's easy to overtalk the llama. That is correct. Now I am possibly looking at an downdraft situation down there, so I'm just going to hold over to the right a bit more. So I've got it up to 12,000 feet now. Good work, llama. So we have split up a little bit, and that's because of my navigation. And so everyone else down there in that valley, if you could possibly turn over to the right, and I'll just proceed along this kind of ridge up here. And we'll reform at Puente del Inca, which will be a bit of a steep descent soon. It's pretty low resolution, this imagery up here, isn't it? Oh dear, look better with snow on it. Aconcagua! There it is. Wow, what a peak. We are not going up there. And on a beautifully, perfectly clear day too. That is the one good thing that's happened with the weather today. Huey's doing a great job so far, says Sophia. That's good. Good to know. Because, I mean, you're in theory out of the... well, you're just on the edge of it, aren't you, at 13,000 feet? I mean, I think these are a little bit overpowered on the simulator. Oh, that's glorious. Oh, Sophia, you just slew along there a bit. You look like you were going at Mach 2. Nitrous is asking, does the llama still hold the highest altitude record? I don't believe so. I think that has been superseded in more recent years, and I'm just struggling to remember which machine it was. Possibly the H125. Thank you. There you go, Takeoff. The llama did hold that record for a very long time. And so I'm going to have to reduce collective now, because I will now be descending into the valley that we were supposed to have been in the whole time. So we have all split up a bit, people. Oh, now I'm getting overspeed warning, so we'll just reduce that collective more. So the U-shaped glacial valleys, I've got three things to look at all at the same time, whilst also trying to manage my speed here. So I've got the collective all the way down now to get back down, excuse me, into the valley that we're supposed to have been in the whole time, to get back to Puente del Inca. So I'm just going to find a nice spot beside the river to set down, and we'll just let everyone catch up and reform, and we'll go and do a little bit more cross-country stuff. I might need to cut out one of the ideas I had, which was to go over some of these cross-country, because we just did it inadvertently. Whoops. All right, there we go. So we made it, Puente del Inca. So we've snatched victory from the jaws of defeat there, from, if you count Matthew's navigational fail to be a defeat. You just take a wrong turn as an opportunity for further exploration, right? So it's just a matter of your attitude. Right, so here's the town. That's good. I'm just going to find a spot, a flat-ish spot, and let people... I'm going to set down and just review my fuel. My fuel looks fine, actually. I've still got... looks like I've got 3/4 in. But I definitely suspect if you're in a Huey, you're going to want to just have an inspection there, because I know that that's a bit of a gas guzzler, as it's currently set up. Okay, just reset that trim, and I've got 100 knots on. I'll just land on the far side of the town, just beside the main road, probably. What's that sort of curvy formation up ahead there? Yeah, so... Alright, I'm just gonna... I'll set down in here, so... Steep approach into the town. Oh, there's a large A carved into the ground. Or is it a diamond or a triangle or something? Or is it a mistake? Okay. Oh, I've tightened up this collective quite a lot. It actually makes it a bit more responsive. My collective levers were... well, it's a throttle controller, obviously. But the levers were starting to fall over a bit under their own weight. Okay, so... here we go. That could have been worse. Oh, that's just lost there. Oh, dear! That was not good. I was congratulating myself on what a good job I was doing, and then it almost fell out of the sky. Oh dear. Alright, so I'll just let people catch up. Oh! Felix bouncing up and down there a bit from my perspective. Okay, so let's see where everyone is. We've got a few people a bit further downstream. I'll just sit here for a couple of minutes and just let people figure out if they want to slew over, or if they want to just sort of at least check their fuel, I'd suggest. So Fred North flew out to 42,800 feet in an AS350, but the Llama still holds the official record. Oh, okay. Thanks, vertical flying. I'm not sure of that story. So so the Llama was higher than that, or was there something about Fred North's record that didn't qualify for that record? And the other really great thing about the first time that the Llama went through 40,000 feet, the pilot also experienced the flame out of the turbine, and not only set the record for the highest altitude flight in a helicopter, but on the same day set a record for the highest successful auto rotation back to Earth. So that was quite a day out in the Llama, one might say. Oh dear. Okay, so we're sort of reforming the fleet for the most part here. Still got a few possibly stragglers or people who might have logged off, I can't quite tell. So we've got the bulk of the people in here at Puente del Inca. So what we can do here is... well, what can we do? I'll give people a choice. No, that's going to be annoying. What I was just about to say. I think what we'll do is we'll just turn a little bit up the valley and admire our views of Aconcagua, but we'll do a 180 out of the next valley to the right and proceed along the Mendoza. Is this still the Mendoza? I believe it is. And then we will be taking a left to cross over into Chile, and we'll go and have a look at the lake there, Laguna del Inca, right? Is that right? No, I've just given you the wrong name. It's written in my stream description, so I'll just look at my own stream description and tell you. Oh, I didn't write it into my stream description. Oh, Laguna del Inca. No, I was right. Oh, dear. All right, so I'll get us lifted off in a minute or less. Oh, okay, DJ. So you're requesting 80, no more than 80 knots. Okay, cool. Okay. Fair enough, because they are llamas, so we'll try and just keep the speed. I thought you wanted me to go a bit faster, so sorry for that mistake. And sorry, someone was just trying to ask me a question in the chat. Go ahead. Yeah, carburant is the fuel. Yeah, so that's your fuel down there. So looks like I've got 320 litres still. I mean, look at that massive tank in there. Yes, I love how it's all just exposed in the Llama. Oh, what a utilitarian but still good-looking machine. So I don't need to address my fuel. I'm fine. So the Llama fuel consumption is good. And so we'll try and keep a slightly better formation now. That got a little bit disorganised, not least of which because of my navigation fail, so sorry about that. Maybe I'll just get that a bit more like that. That should be better. And I'm also just going to top up my water, so just give me one more minute and we will get ourselves going. Okay, there we go. So, I didn't even go down to idle. I'm pointed into the wind. Some of you aren't. So Felix and who's that down there? I can't tell quite which one you are, but you're gonna you got a bit of a tailwind there to lift up from. That's going to be fun. So right cyclic, right pedal, and start to lift my collective here and see how we go. I've got a beautiful headwind here, so there'll be no problems lifting this off. It's a bit loose on the ground, I've got to say. There we go. So in-ground effect. Still got plenty of pitch. Just try not to collide with Felix there. And just gather speed by pointing forwards here. So no problems there. What machine are you in, Jace? Right. So can you repair damage using the... So Jace is just reporting his llama is breaking down constantly. So I would suggest use the clipboard to repair damage, which is probably what you've already done. Oh, okay. So a little bit of troubleshooting going on there for Jace's llama. So I'm going to take a little right turn into this valley here, and we'll just admire Aconcagua on the horizon. And then we'll come back onto the valley here that we're currently on. Yeah, so you notice a bit of a reduction in performance here, that's for sure. We are at 9,200 feet. Oh, Aconcagua, there we go. Wow! Imagine if we'd had the power to get up there. It does look amazing. Yeah, well, Jace, do you want to just restart your flight at that location? I put the IKO in there, or you can probably figure it out from the map. Maybe restart your flight and... sorry, I did say I was going to turn up that valley, but I'll just kind of just hang here a bit more slowly and just let people come back down. So we need to get back to this main valley, but I'll just go and admire Aconcagua for one more moment. It is beautiful. Hello, Gigabyte. Just nice on the stream there. I think this is the whole scenery is the colourful rocks. So yeah, so I'm just noticing the sort of in the satellite imagery the red kind of reddish colours and contrasting with the bit of a yellow tinge there as well. GL pilot will be able to tell us that. Jojo, antifreeze and ball bearings. It's all antifreeze and ball bearings. That's what it's like flying a llama. There's a lot of grease guns, I think, required to keep a llama going. Okay, so I've got 70 knots on, and I'll just try and get that up to, oops, I'll just get that trim right there. That moment where you try and get your fore and aft trim right, but then you start rolling because you were a bit careless. So I should see maybe, can Aconcagua peek over there? Maybe not. Okay. So again, I'm going to try and hang on the right side of this valley in the hope that well, we are going west now. So it's largely a headwind at this point. So we just need to be cautious of... Oh, now I've got fast again, sorry. We just need to be cautious of approaching faces that slope down from the west down to us. 53 concurrent viewers on the stream. Hello. Thanks for joining us on this Andean mountain pass. We'll be coming to the border of Argentina and Chile very soon. And starting what will need to be quite a steep climb off to the left, because we will finally be leaving the Mendoza Valley. So if you're in a motor vehicle, you can just drive through the tunnel, but we don't have that option. We'll be taking the fun route. So let's just commence a climb here. We're at 10,500 now. I think we might need to get up to about, well, 13,000 to be completely safe, but maybe about 12,000 will do it. So let's just, I'm putting a bit more pitch now. I'm still just in that safe zone. I think I'm fine. And I'll just keep that nose up. And we'll commence this climb. So the highway will, I suppose, should disappear because there's a tunnel, but there's a road, kind of a road with lots of switchbacks to get over this saddle up here. So we definitely need to get this climb happening. I'm climbing at 1,000 feet a minute, so I'll be losing speed here. How's the formation going? Let's have a little look outside. Oh, look at you all. Great. Oh, DJ, you're doing a very good job keeping formation there. So I hope I was able to help you out there a little bit. Thank you for your calling my attention to doing a bit better there. So we'll just try and find the lowest part of the saddle. And then we're in Chile. I might not have left enough space there. I might need to just go to the right here a bit, and we might be at risk of downdrafts here as well, so haven't quite climbed high enough. So we'll follow Gary S and Murray JC. Just try and get a bit more altitude on so we can just get over that saddle just on our left here. I'm only down at 40 knots now. That's not great. I'll just speculate and try and pull a bit more collective. Only climbing at 500 feet. Oh, already on the limit of the performance here. Exciting stuff. High altitude. There we go. Might have been a bit conservative with the collective pitch there. Alright, bye-bye Argentina, bye-bye Rio Mendoza, and hello Chile, and hello Rio Aconcagua. Oh, over the saddle we go. Yeah, 13,000 feet. There we go. Good stuff. Alright, so now reducing collective pitch and trying not to overspeed it. This is not quite the Aconcagua Valley yet. We will just follow to the right, and there's the overspeed. So let's try and fix that. DJ will not be happy with me. So I'm just descending much too fast there. I wonder if I got myself into a downdraft, not sure. Let's get a little bit more aft pitch, cycling pitch in. There we go, that's flying a bit better now. Better speed. J Foot. Oh, the H160 has excellent performance up here. Oh, really? that modern twin-engined machine. Does it have too much? Does it have too much performance? I wonder. Look, I got to say, I really enjoy the challenge of having to manage your performance. It's what you would do if you were a real pilot. You would be concerned with the limits of your machine, the weight, the conditions, and we're kind of spoiled in Flight Simulator because we can literally do anything. So we follow to the right here, people, so we just take the road to the right. So we follow nitrous and FHPRA. I don't think the R22 is going to make it very far up here. And here is our Laguna del Inca. Spectacular alpine lake. So we'll just proceed up here for a bit and we'll do a 180-degree turn to get back out. I was going to approach in over from the north here, but we did that other inadvertent cross-country. What's our outside temperature here? Not really been that. It's 10 degrees, so we're, well, maybe not crash into the hill, Matthew. Might possibly just be thinking about the pitot heat at about this point. You're auto-rotating. Oh dear. Okay, so at the other end of the lake... Oh no. So at the other end of the lake, I'm just going to do the 180-degree turn here. Jace, are you still with us? How did you go? I think Jace did mention he might have to sort of not be able to stick around too late anyway, but sorry to hear of all of those issues. Laguna del Inca. Wow. The scenery. I mean, I know it's a little bit low resolution, but you still get the majesty of it, I think. Especially when you're not at ground level. Oh, too fast again. Fix that. God, what must it be like to live up there? Windy, one imagines. Potato pilot. Anything's possible on the R22. Just watch out for mast bumping. Yeah, no kidding. Everything's possible on the R22. The overspeeds just settle down there in the town. Everything's possible on the R22 until you chop your tail boom off. Okay, and then we proceed down there. What a steep road that must be too. Oh yeah, there's all the switchbacks. I love how the simulator still drives the cars as if they're doing 100 kilometers an hour up there. Buses and trucks, woo, up on two wheels around those corners. Good stuff. R22, the flying lawnmower. The flying lawnmower, which has done a lot of good service for a lot of people learning how to fly over many years now. Although, didn't Robinson claim that they had never really built it for training? It was supposed to be for personal transport. And here's our Aconcagua Valley at last. Oh, overspeed. I just think of DJ every time now. Sorry, DJ. Oh, that is glorious. And do you notice how the colours are different now? It's a little bit greener on this side. We're in Chile now. So we've got over the saddle, and this is the Aconcagua Valley. Yeah, remarkable difference just crossing over there, isn't it? It's quite surprising. The textures, the auto generation seems to be able to do a bit more with it. Like I'm getting those kind of cliff faces and stuff there look a bit better. It looks like the satellite photography is about the same, doesn't it? It doesn't look like it's higher resolution, but the auto generation still seems to be able to do a bit more with it. I mean, it's very clever, MSFS 2024, you know. It's putting all those rocks in and trees, auto-generated. Jojo, true, yes, it does do good service, the R22. It just reminds you of a lawnmower, indeed. Although the Cabri, as slick as it looks, actually carries the same engine, or more or less the same engine as the R22. Slightly higher powered version of it, yes. Okay, trying to keep 80 knots on here. So we're all pretty much downhill now. We'll have a little bit of alpine kind of traversing to do once we get back into our destination. Stanky, did you put the detents on the throttle that's normally for fighter jets, afterburner, or leave them? So Stanky, what I have done with this throttle lever is I have I can't really demonstrate it because I'm flying the helicopter, but it's got those levers here which allow you to get into the afterburner gate. So that's not helpful on a helicopter, and I want to be able to, when I push it forward, I want the collective to go down so that I pull the collective towards me to lift the helicopter, right? So to enable me to do that, what I have done is I've used the free DI View app, DI View, and I've added a dead zone so that when I get it to the end of the gate here, the afterburner gate, rather than go into it, I've just made that 0 or maximum, whatever, you know what I mean? So I've just stripped out the parts of the range of this controller that aren't helpful to me in flying helicopters. And even if I do like an F-18 sort of canyon run or something just for fun one time, I just use the same. Well, I use it the other way around, going forwards. Is that a border point or something? Oh, wrong zoom, Matthew. Have I had the landing light on the whole time? Okay, concentrate on your flying. So landing light can come off. Unless in Chile they build their service stations with roofs that go right over the road. Oh, it's nice going up into the sun there. I mean, it'd be blinding in real life in the helicopter, wouldn't it? But it's just gives you a nice definition, and that haze on those mountains in the distance. It's beautiful. Keep 80 knots on there. I mean, so Takeoff's just reporting, or Rara Storm's just reporting that and you're in the Llama, are you? So yeah, so the engine keeps quitting on takeoff, but then didn't Jay say something similar? So, but I think he's had to bug out now, so we've lost him. But I don't know why is mine perfectly fine, but yours is quitting on you constantly. I can't explain it. So I invite anyone else to. Is there a control conflict? Yeah, have you got some sort of startup on a switch or something, or yeah, I don't know. If you, Yeah. So.
H500 or 500C that fixes all the issues, but there's no button like that.
Okay, so I've put the stream. I've put the chat audio to stream. So best behaviour, everyone, please. Yeah, so we're just trying to work out why Rirestorm or Takeos is having such an issue with that. So yeah, I've got nothing for you. Did anyone else want to give any other ideas? I mean, control conflicts are possible, but you'd think. Marf has joined. Hello to you. I suspect you would have known by now. Oh,
yeah, the thing is that I'm not pressing any buttons.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You probably would have known by now.
You got lots of gas.
Maybe, yeah, I do. I have like
the fuel's
97% of tank. 99. I just crashed, so it just keeps refueling. And here I go again. I was going 105 knots, descending 500, no 5, and it just quit on me again.
I would check your bindings to your whatever you're using for collective.
Yeah. What about fuel cutoff? The fuel cutoff is that red lever to the left of the fuel condition. So is that fully forward?
Yep. Yeah, fully forward, and so is the white one.
Yeah.
Are you carrying a payload?
Nope. No payload. This is so weird. I've never had anything like this. I mean,
it's pretty frustrating for you. I can tell. It's pretty annoying.
I just bought it.
You just bought it today?
Yeah, I did. I saw that you're all gonna fly in llamas, and I was like, I don't want to have you all in planes, I bought it and I tried it out.
And now look. Oh dear.
It's pretty solid. It was pretty solid, and now it's all crashing on me.
I don't know. Maybe you could find a point further along the valley here and restart your flight and try again. But I can't promise that it's going to fix it. I mean, I don't really know. It's just what I try myself.
Just wondering if you're damaging the machine by flying it and it's coming back on you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So. Yeah, Takeo, you just got to, on that pitch computer, there is a red mark at about 3 o'clock. You're not to pass that, because that will break it.
Yeah, I see.
I had the same problem with the 500. I was just overflying it. So every 3 or 4 minutes, it was just doing a nosedive into the ground because the components were failing in the model.
It's the gearbox, it's gearbox limited, the Llama, and that's why it has that pitch computer there to help you not damage the gearbox. Because yeah. So Taker, what you might do is you might just look at look at that pitch computer there. And you notice there's a white band. If you just make sure you don't go through the higher end of that white band, you might be okay.
Yeah, I might have to set it up when we land.
Okay, well that's a working theory then. So yeah. Wow, how different is this terrain on this side? It's just like it was almost kind of arid in Argentina, and then we come over here on the Pacific side and it's green. It's dry, but it's green.
It just all of a sudden drastically changes. There's no slight transformation though.
Oh, so do you think it's in the scenery? I think it's actually in the I think it's probably real.
Okay.
That the water, the moist conditions will be on this side of the Andes.
Yeah. It's just weird how we turned that corner and or came up to that like T-junction and it changed.
Yeah. Well, we're losing altitude as well, so we're getting lower, and you can see there's crops and stuff now. Yeah. What a world. What a planet. Worth looking after, in my opinion, but anyway, that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stakey's... Stakey, the wife passed by and thought it was the real world. Love that. I love that. Apart from the little name tags floating over all the helicopters, that's what I've got switched on, so I know who's who. Stakey, yeah, another option instead of DI view would be SPAD next, yeah, where you can set custom ranges for per aircraft and helicopter. Yeah, I just kept it simple. So you're absolutely dead right. I know people get into all these kind of control bindings and stuff, especially when you've got like a sort of a cockpit kind of setup. It becomes quite important to get all that stuff right. I think my computer's complex enough as it is. Why was my performance so bad at the start of the stream? Oh, that was terrible. I'm so sorry for that, everyone. It's been perfectly fine since. God, that was just really unpleasant.
That collective that I put on the Discord that I only picked up for £150 is the most basic piece of equipment. It just works plug and play. It's got no preset bindings, and you just manually set them. They all work. You don't have to reverse any axes or anything.
Why do I find that so funny? It's like the more you spend, the more complication you're buying for your life.
Yes. Yes.
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. So just getting myself recombobulated there. Alright, so what have I got? I've got 90 knots on. Wow, we're only at 3,000 feet now. No wonder it's so lush and green. Well, we started off at 3,000 feet in Mendoza, but it's much drier over there on the other side of the Andes. So, we're coming out to the town of... Well, is it Santa Maria, or... The airport is called Victor Lafon. So we're going to be taking a left turn to get down to... Chacabuco. Colina La Victoria de Chacabuco. So we've got one more little mountain pass to go through. So we can we'll be leaving the river at that point. So we can just hang on the river now. And we'll be taking a left, and we should do a mountain peak landing or something. I think maybe Algarrobo, 6,300 feet. What do you think about that, people? One last little challenge on our way down.
Sure, let's do it.
Yep.
People like a silly challenge, so I might just make sure that my recorder will work for that, just in case we do find something worthy of turning into a short later on. Glad I've got that overhead camera working better now. I've got a much nicer camera overhead now. I can almost fly the simulator from OBS. It's that smooth. So OBS gives you a preview of the stream, and so I can see all the windows and stuff that you can see on the stream. I can actually fly the stream from OBS rather than MSFS. Not what the designers of MSFS had in mind, but anyway. Or OBS for that matter. Okay, so we're looking for a main road off to the left, and we're going to follow that. So everyone's sort of got a bit ahead of me. I have been dutifully maintaining 80 knots. Is DJ in perfect formation? He is! DJ, you're doing so well. So, I need to find this road, and then we follow that road to the left. So I've got a road here now.
Oh my god.
What was that oh my god for? an accidental one, maybe. Oh dear. There we go. Airwolf's got the right idea. Hello, Airwolf. First time I've said hello to you on the stream. And we're going to go into those into that range in front of us. So we're at 3,000 feet now. We're going to be climbing up to about 6,500, and then it's just downhill to get into our destination, Chacabuco, wasn't it? Chacabuco. First time I've flown in Chile. Awesome. Thank you, MSFS 2024, for inviting you, really. I mean, that's how I feel about it. It invites you to go anywhere in the world, even if it's a bit low resolution like what we've seen today. We better go to New Zealand or something again soon, because that's going to be... We'll see the difference then. This town looks nice, doesn't it? Nice subalpine valley.
Yeah,
San Rafael Valley, I assume. It's the home of those great Chilean wines of the same name. So someone's detected the wine connection. We started off in a wine region, and we're finishing in another one. So what grape variety is Mendoza known for? Where we started. Just pulling a little bit more collective there. DJ is, I'm just very impressed with your formation flying, especially because you've got to follow me, and I'm also streaming. So here's our road to the left. So DJ, we just follow this to the left, and everyone, of course. But DJ's doing a very nice job on the formation flying. So straight road, just follow this one up. Yeah, do you know what? Let's start climbing. We want to get up to about 6,500 here, so I'm just going to make it a bit more orderly than some of the other climbs that we've done. No takers on the famous, what am I trying to say? What grape variety Mendoza is most famous for? Last call. Malbec. M-A-L-B-E-C, Malbec, which is a French variety, ultimately. It's grown south of Bordeaux as well. It's quite purple in colour, so sometimes you can just identify it by sight. But it's particularly well adapted to those Argentinian conditions, those dry country conditions over there in Mendoza. And I think here in the Central Valley of Chile, it's all sorts, all kinds of varieties of grape grown here. Cabernet Sauvignon, Carmenere. It's a local specialty for Chile. So how's my climb going? I'm still only at 3,000. I'm going to try and climb at about 1,000 feet a minute. Algarrobo is that one right there. So I've left this a bit late, so I'm going to have to pull quite a bit more pitch. I'm going to point at that peak and see how we go. Geopilot, late Cretaceous rocks of the Central Depression. This wide depression separates the principal Cordillera to our east that we flew through from the coastal Cordillera. I'm giving it the Argentinian pronunciation. I don't know what, I don't know how Chilean people will pronounce that, which is to our west. So yes, that is the Central Valley of Chile, isn't it, that we're talking about? Looks like Cube Store and Gary S are racing to the top here. So I'm now climbing at 1,000 feet a minute. Can't see DJ. The DJ's been a very familiar... If I had a wing mirror, he'd be there the whole time. Oh, you're on the other side now. Good. Good work. Great flying. So it looks like Marf and Nitrous might already be up there. What's it looking like up there, Nitrous?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Looks fine.
It's not very flat.
It's not very flat. Well, let's find a part that's less flat. In fact, this is just the... we follow this ridge up, but the peak's a little bit further ahead. That looks very round from here. But I suppose once you get down onto it, you... Okay, so yeah, we'll cross over this and we'll expect a bit of an updraft. So I'm still climbing just fine over here. So expecting an updraft any moment now. 500 feet. Oh, it's fallen off there. So I maybe was riding on an updraft. That's interesting. Alright, so lifting the nose, lowering the collective, losing the speed rather dramatically. Felix is doing some close formation flying there as well. Oh, this view looks good up here. Hey. Okay, I just thought, is my landing gear down? I thought. That was the Bell 222 I was thinking of there. Oh dear. Try not to lose all my speed there. And you've all done a great job up there. Bunk Foss in your Chinook, you've been very overpowered for this trip today, I would have thought. Oh, that was not good. Just had a bit of a downdraft there, I think. Or poor flying. Let's try and nudge in over here. Avoid those rocks. I noticed that the auto-generated rocks are always drawn differently for everyone, so I've got a big patch of rocks there where I'd like to land, so I'll just go a bit further forward though. But maybe I'll be wise and hang back here. Slowly, gently let it touch the ground. You need your artificial horizon here. Oops, forward, and I'm on a bit of an upward slope, so I'll just let that settle back. And down we go. How did I do? Oh, that's way steeper than I thought, but it works. So I'll just need to make sure I don't slip down the hill. Oh dear. How are we looking here? This view in Chile's Central Valley is stunning. And look at all these excellent pilots doing a great job in all your variety of machines. Come and fly with us. That's awesome. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, we're pretty close to our destination now, so just downhill a bit more. Let me just see what the weather is doing down there, and we'll just work out what our approach will be. It's a roughly north-south runway at Chacabuco. Elevation is 2,000 feet, so we're going to be losing about 4,000 feet. The weather... Okay, quite a strong westerly, southwesterly, so we will just do a straight in approach then for runway 21, and it'll be right in front of us. This is a handcrafted airport, and we've got looks like a general aviation apron off to the left. So that's what we'll do. I propose we just hug this range and keep it on our left and lose a bit of height, so we're not having to do a nosedive to get back down to the bottom. That's what will work, I reckon. So I'm going to pick up here. What a lovely view. So I need to cycle forwards so that I don't go backwards. There we go. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Pedal turn. And off I go down here. Yeah, free energy there. Alright, so that's good. So we'll keep this range on our left as we just get over this bit first. And that valley down there straight ahead, that's pretty much where we're going, Chacabuco. Well, my llama's performed beautifully today. I'm sorry that a couple of other people have had problems. I hope you surmount those and enjoy your llama. So I'm climbing now. I'm at 6,000 feet, and we'll just do a descent down into here, down into the valley. Is that the airport already, or no? It can't be. It's a bit further along, I think. Okay, overspeeding it. We'll fix that. I noticed when I wanted to slow down, I leaned back in my seat. Strange simulator pilot's behaviour. Okay, 500 minute descending, 500 feet a minute descending. Just keeping that speed under control. Never seems like we're at a high risk of overspeeding the rotor in MSFS 2024, or in the way that the add-ons have been coded. It might be nice to feel that you had to really manage the energy that was in your rotor and not let it overspeed. I mean, if anything, it was maybe the H125 default that displayed that behaviour the most. Like, obviously I'm having no troubles with this right now. I'm not overspeeding my rotor at all, even though I'm descending pretty fast. Alright, so we've just enjoyed the view in this lovely valley, and that'll get us into Chacabuco. Do, I suppose, a left base to get down onto the runway. Landing light goes on. Oh, DJ, you are doing a great job piloting there, and I'm doing a very bad job piloting right now because I switch to the external view and then I don't fly it properly. So let me fix that again. So we're down at 3,500 already. Oh, okay, so I need to lift a bit of collective now. Still pretty rough and wild, the valley, isn't it? Even though, you know, we sort of feel like we're down in civilization again. This is still got natural beauty in it, this scenery. So I'm setting up for my left base onto runway, which runway is it? 21, wasn't it? Yep. Is that an antenna on that hill right there? I think it is.
Yeah, just go straight past it.
Oh, Mako, yeah, that looks like you. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so here's our left turn. Follow the road in with Murray JC. There's that tower.
Nice little airstrip.
Yeah, well, I chose this airstrip because it's custom, it's handcrafted. So when I noticed that, I thought, oh yeah, that sort of lends itself to coming over from Mendoza. Is that a solar farm at this end of it? Oh, overspeeding it. Sorry. Straight in, runway 21. Beautiful. Yes, I don't know which world update this came in, or whether it was already modelled in the base sim or something, I don't know. $60 knots now, so let's just keep an eye on that. Oh no, they haven't masked out the satellite imagery, so there's a a runway kind of pasted over the satellite imagery that doesn't look too great. Maybe they need to do a little update here on their updated scenery. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I wonder if they put this in at launch to support glider flying, because I know that was a bit of a focus, wasn't it, when they announced 2024? Mr. Flandor, hope you enjoy. Did you choose the Argentinian orange one as well? Okay, there's yeah, I might go down to nitrous down there. That looks like it'll work. Do a risky pedal turn.
God, you got 3 or 4 of them with you landing in formation.
Oh, beautiful work, people. Well, I'm going to need to come off here to the side. Hopefully, let's get that. Head tracking on. Okay, right. Not hit that trailer. Actually, can't see nitrous right now, so now I've just lost it. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, you're perfect if you put it down there.
Well, I'm going to do a pedal turn so that I make it look nice. DJ's just showing off now. Yeah.
He's doing a pirouette with you.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Show us your moves, DJ. I'll make sure you're recorded there. Felix, that's kind of close. And he's off.
That is one good pilot.
That's pretty good. Pretty impressive. Going to do an air show for us. Oh, he's done a half loop. Oh, well done. I was going to follow you. Oh, he did a half loop and logged out. Oh, smooth move, DJ. Oh, amazing. Well, this is a lovely spot. It feels very peaceful in this valley. I was, at the start of that stream, so upset with the way that it was falling apart and the graphics were running terribly. I was almost at the point of thinking, I'm just going to pull the plug on this. But I think it came together. So again, I'm really sorry for what a mess that was at the start. I guess we got there. I had all the stuff prepared that I just wasn't able to do because I was just too concentrated on trying to actually get my simulator working properly. Not really what I want people to experience watching a stream. I'd like it all to be working, you know, in a stable fashion. So hit us up with your questions, people, if you want to know anything about helicopters in 2024. Oh, I've seen Motion Duck for the first time. Hello to you. Whoops, oh, that's a bit fast. Get that slow down again. Now I can... Yeah, pity about the rotor animation on that Chinook. Oh, why didn't I shut my helicopter down? That's a traditional thing I should do on the stream. So let's just get that... let's get my head tracking back on. Is it back? It's being very strange today. Head tracking, please. Okay. No. Fine, I'll do it manually. So, pulling back on the... Is that... Oh, okay. It's because my stream deck was in the way. Pilot error. Just pulling back... Okay, I'm going to turn that off. That's silly. Right, pulling back on the fuel control lever. And here we are jittering around on the ground again. This is what happened where we took off as well. So all the way back on the fuel control lever. Has that killed the engine? No. So be kind to the turbine and let it cool down a bit. Do I have the shutdown in here? Sorry, people on Discord who can hear me coughing. I can't actually turn it off on my stream deck for the stream, but I've just got a dry throat now. Sorry about that. Alright, I think I'm not dying. I'm still fine, people. Don't worry. I think I've resumed normal service. It's too much talking, maybe. Okay, so I need to use an external checklist for this. I do hope that Tao can get this checklist improved inside the machine. So we've got the fuel control lever fully back, and now I can just turn the starter off. And close that, and then we lose the turbine, and now the rotor will slowly spin down. So I can apply rotor brake at 175. The Llama, you are permitted to operate the rotor brake even with the turbine still on. So you can stop the rotor and run the turbine still, which is kind of cool. It's how they can do things like fueling up and getting agricultural spray in. Rotor brake's going to be on there. Get that landing light off though, Matthew. Don't need that on. And you can probably get these lights off upstairs. Off you go, and off you go. Get that off there. So we apply rotor brake now because we're below, aren't we? We're at 150 now. Gen full rotor brake. No, it's either on or off. I think it's just the animation. Oh, Big Al, yeah, thank you for your compliments there. So the model matching was working well for you today. That's good to know. It's always a bit of a traditional annoyance for people when the model matching is not what you want. By the way, I'm holding this is my rotor brake in here on the axis up front. That animation doesn't seem to quite match it, but I'm just gently applying rotor brake just to bring the rotor to a halt. Looking forward to seeing that video, Big Al. Thank you. You can post that in the Discord, or you can post it. You do whatever you like with it. Rough landings. Got the 086 up to 16,000 feet. Awesome. Yeah, when we crossed over after that wrong turn. Whoops. And Knoxville, yeah, awesome mountain flight. Greetings from Austria, Salzburg. Yeah, we'll come and fly and do some flying in Europe eventually. Possibly in your summer. Or possibly at a different time of the day. Actually, I might possibly even think about doing Europe next week on my Saturday night and your Sunday morning is a possibility. So with the Lamy, you want to get the rotor stopped so that you've got one blade pointing forwards. And the reason for that is with a 3-bladed system, you just want to keep those rotors from not sitting over the top of the turbine. So almost there we go. Got it. So that's the rotor brakes. That's the rotor stops. Might start again by itself because of the breeze moving through the tail rotor. So I'll just pull the rotor brake out fully. Battery and generator can now go off. Is there anything else on down here? That pump's been on the whole time, so I'll turn that off. Yeah. Wonder if that was supposed to come off earlier. Oops. So blower, emergency floats. Yeah. Okay. So generator goes off and battery goes off, and my llama is shut down. And there's something a bit strange going on with my views today. So why can I not get this around here? Is it still because of my head tracking? What I want to do is open the door. There you go. Well, that was fun. I'm very grateful for you all joining us today. Thank you very much for making it a great flight with good people on board, as always. Really appreciate hearing your thoughts, talking about what's troubling you, what's working well for you. Always good to hear. Gary, I'm so pleased that you found that fun too. I just found that quite stressful at the start when things weren't working properly, but anyway, we got there in the end. So I love how all the helicopters now have their door open because I've got my door open and that's how it draws them. Oh, Geopilot World, that 222 does look good, doesn't it? That is a good looking helicopter with that massive 2-bladed system. Who had the 160 again? I'm not sure if I'm seeing that at the moment. Yeah, rough landings. Caillou scheme there, looking good. Chris Loire, you were with us the whole time? S76, great choice. Would have been very slow going for you with us and our old llamas. That's good to know you had a good time there as well. Potato Pilot Jim, you are very welcome. Glad to have you on board again. I do like the H125. I guess any helicopter that's rendered as a default in the simulator just tends to be somehow less desirable. But I just have always loved the H125. In fact, it was the first helicopter I ever flew in. Well, AS350. First helicopter ride I ever had was in an AS350. And I just love... I actually still think that that is a good-looking helicopter. Nice 70s streamlined shape on it. Good work. Aerospatiale.
The one with 2 engines looks really good.
Oh, so I didn't quite catch who that was. Nope. Okay, you like the twin squirrel. Okay. I just sometimes wonder, maybe this is just my taste, and I just wonder if that spoils the looks a little bit. But maybe I'm being unreasonable.
You're unreasonable.
Fair enough. Nah, it's a good-looking helicopter. It is a good-looking helicopter. What is the what's the number of the? Is it a 352 or is it What's the model number of the twin squirrel?
355, I think.
355, thank you. Oh, I do love all the detail in this llama. If I had one criticism about the llama, in fact I did say it, I think in the video that I made much earlier, I think the sound set could maybe do with a bit of improvement. There's a few sort of missing sounds like opening and closing doors. I always really appreciate a wind rush sound. It makes you feel a bit more alive when you're doing helicopter flying. So I'd love them to get that in there if they can. But it's a good looking helicopter. Well, I mean, it's a hideous helicopter actually, the llama, but that's what makes it good looking. Oh dear, oh dear. There's the gearbox, which is causing everyone all the troubles. With that power takeoff going down the bottom there, back down to the tail rotor. And there's the drive shaft on the engine. So it's got to change down. It's gearbox limited, the llama. There's all those control linkages coming from the cabin. It's all very exposed in the llama. I love that. AS355 F1 and F2 are the two models of twin squirrel as I sort of know them. GL Pilot, great flight. I found the textures okay, so not sure what others were complaining about. Using AFPS with levels of detail greater than 500 at times. Yeah, well I was using auto FPS. Sorry, that said a weird memory blank. But it was really messing me up. You noticed that, didn't you? So GL Pilot, what's your graphics card and yeah, what's your GPU, GL Pilot? Because I don't know why that was a complete write-off for me at the start. Terrible. In my new 5080. Do we still have that wasp-coloured llama? Because that is such a great colour scheme. That is such a great one. Thank you, Helicopter 5432. Always good to have you along. Hope to see you again. There's Speedy Pro over there. I'm going to go admire your wasp-coloured llama. That is so great. The door is open because my door is open. So I could actually fix that by closing that. There we go. Sorry, Speedy Pro, for picking on you, but I'm just admiring your colour scheme. Yeah, don't hit those trees. Yeah, love that colour scheme. Very industrial. Alright people, I am going to end the stream there, but I'll come to the Discord voice chat and hang out with anyone who wants to have a chat. And thank you. So yeah, so really grateful that people wanted to come along, have a good flight with us. Terrible start with things not working properly, but we got there in the end and it was pretty smooth once we got going. So thank you very much appreciate you having you all on board today. Do look forward to having you again on another flight. I'm trying to get these weekly, so I've been pretty good recently. Getting the flights up weekly, so I know people have been enjoying that, looking forward to them even. We'll try and find somewhere a bit more high resolution next time. Pretty keen to get to Europe. I might do that on my Saturday night, as I was saying, so that'll be your Saturday morning. Won't be much good for American viewers. It'll be very early in the morning for you. I'll see what I can do about that, but well, unless you want to start really late. GL Pilot, you have a very old system with a 4060 and you were getting high terrain level of detail and not those crazy slowdowns that I did. Well, what am I doing wrong? More research required, Matthew. In fact, what I'll do, I'll end the stream here and I might have a bit more of a play with the settings while there's still some helicopters on board here. So that'll help me just test whether... I don't know, that was very strange, very frustrating. So thanks again, people. Goodbye from me. And I look forward to seeing you on another stream real soon, or come and hang out on the Discord. See ya.